Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, there. My microphone does actually work. Oh, it is a glorious Monday morning. Well, it's not really glorious. It's kind of gray here. But, oh, I have, I've had an interesting weekend. But I will wait. I will wait till people are a little bit more awake to start regaling the tale of my adventures. Today we will be trying to finish the color 823. I started it. There were three main colors on this page that we're working on. It was 939, 820, and 823. Now, I have 939 all done. Woo woo! I have 823, I would say halfway done. And I haven't even started 820 yet. I was doing a lot of organization and cleaning over the course of this weekend. I got a lot done. I got a lot of potatoing done too, so I didn't get as much as I could have gotten done, but I got quite a bit. I made a well, one wasn't this weekend, but I've been trying to round up all my samples / first editions so that I can take model pictures of things I can make to be ordered. Because while I will absolutely be having a certain level of stock items, I also do custom orders as well. So like if you see a baby dragon, they're like, oh, I would love it in these colors. I absolutely do custom orders. I just, right now, don't have any pictures for those custom orders to be done. That's going to be a lot of what 2025 is going to be for me, is getting my digital footprint solidified, getting the pictures organized, getting my website up to where I want it to be. Those kinds of things. Those are my 2025 plans. This year was a really good year for deciding the path I want to take, at least in my in-person. Like I by far have in no way, shape, or form given up on my 8 o'clock. I need to get down the street to have my stuff starting to be displayed. But the tail end of 2024 just ran away from me, so I didn't get to solidify much of anything. But I've had a lot of fun this year. And I have learned it is okay to do more than one thing to try to sell. I was trying to be like, nope, I'm just gonna sell the 8 o'clock. Just gonna sell the 8 o'clock. And if it gets to a point where all I have to sell is the 8 o'clock, that's fine. But I like making the baby dragons. I like having kids smile. I like people coming over and going, ooh, this is pretty. So, I mean, I'm having a great time so far. I started this color back up today, and I was like, did I start this color already? And I found some half stitches where I'd left off, and I'm like, is this the right color? And apparently it was. Things that cross my mind while I'm working on projects. So my plan for finishing up this color, once I'm doing this little bloop right here. I'm doing the bloop here. And then I'm just gonna go down in columns of 10 because it goes across the page here, and it's just all over the place. It's very, very confetti. So breaking it down into the into the 10 columns is. It's just a little easier. A lot. I'm gonna have to take a weekend day and get the a lot of the colors that are like not the big three are quite literally like three colors. Like last night I was going, oh, I could pick up some of the colors that I said, hey, I'm gonna do these off stream, and no, that's all like one or two dots, and I I was like, this will take me forever. So Oh, hello, Jules. And hello, Spoopy. I was like, am I stitching for no one here? Ah. So, I still haven't been able to find that blasted piece of paper. So, after stream today, I get to go through and see who's redeemed presents. And I know that I've been giving out entries for attendance, so I'm just going to give and I can go back and see who was there, but everybody's going to get 10 free entries in addition too. So it's going to be a wild and crazy entry party. Why? Because I'm the raw and I can. Oh, oh my goodness. I mean, it's not cold out today, but it is gray. It's gray and rainy and blah. Oh, yes, yes. Big feelings are okay. And let's be fair, family time sucks sometimes. Trying to decide if my sugar's deciding to crash. If I'm still hungry. What's going on? Because it feels kind of woozy, but not bad. So I did in fact hit 1% on Captain Penis. I I sat, oh, big stretch. Ugh. I worked last night to get that last, I think it was 208 stitches I needed to get to the 1% from Friday. And I did it. And I don't know as if we're going to hit 2.5 on this one in 2 days, but we got to 2%, so I'm perfectly satisfied with that. Okay. So I started off working on filling in the bobble here, because it was just kind of weird. But now I'm gonna be focusing in on this area, and I'm just gonna go in the columns of 10 on the way down, just because it's a weird confetti color, and it goes this way, but I don't like doing that many stitches in that direction. So, oh my goodness. I had a Jimmy Dean's breakfast bowl and cookies for breakfast, so I'm really hoping that my sugar is not crashing. Ugh. I'm kind of tired though, but that can't be helped. So, this week's stream schedule is looking actually fairly routine. Do it today and tomorrow, 10 to 12. Do on Thursday. Um, Thursday is 9 to noon. And Friday, I'm hopefully streaming with Dast. If not, I'll be streaming at some point in the afternoon. But Friday is dual stream Dast day. Okay. Mm-hmm. After this column, I'll have the entire vertical bit all filled in. At least I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna share my harrowing adventure of getting my car fixed. Yesterday, husband creature and I, um, were like, hey, we gotta go out. We gotta get a few things. He needed some water, and I wanted snacky food, so we were gonna go out. And we were gonna go out to the area where I needed to be in order to get my car fixed or to see what's going on. And that turned so I have a Prius. I have a Prius that comes from a year where there were like 8 different sub models. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the Prius hierarchy, there's the Prius, which is your base level Prius. There is a Prius V, and there is a Prius C. Those are more premium lines of the Priuses. The C and the V are higher model levels, essentially. Now, in the Prius class, there is a Prius 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, My Prius on its butt just says Prius. Doesn't say anything else. There's no C, there's no V, there's no tick marks to indicate that it is a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Fine, whatever. I figure out that I, in fact, have a Prius 1. So I go to get a battery because the battery was dead. I had it checked. The battery was what was causing my starting issues and why I needed the jumper and this, that, the other thing. So I go to where I bought it. I'm well within the warranty as the battery that I purchased had a 3-year warranty on it. And I learned another new fun thing about my car that I assumed when I said I drove a Prius that the person selling me the battery would know that Priuses do. It's called the start-stop function. Now with Priuses, this is automatically built in because it shuts your engine off when you're at a stoplight, and it starts it up again when you start moving. Now, other vehicles are now attaining this feature, and it is you can turn it on or turn it off in other vehicles. In a Prius, it is built in part of their dynamo system. You cannot turn off a Prius's start-stop feature. So I learned that the battery that I currently had in the car didn't have the support for a start-stop feature. I didn't realize that the person selling me the battery did not know that Priuses had a start-stop feature that it needed to, and I needed a hybrid battery, which is a whole nother level of fun. I then it was going through fine. I'd done nothing wrong. They were gonna redeem the warranty and get me the right battery that I would have needed. That would have had like a $20 bonus pay, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. I can do that. I would just like my car to start without me having to jump it every time I try to get in. Or play the roulette game as, is it gonna start? Woo! So I go and as soon as I walk in the door to the auto parts store, my sugar crashes, of course. So first off, I say, hey, I need to buy these Reese's peanut butter cups because if your sugar's gonna crash, chocolate and peanut butter are some of the best crash fixers because they are the peanut butter has protein and the chocolate has sugar and protein and fat to hold it up, and peanut butter does too. And it's a fast fixer. So I'm dealing with a low blood sugar. I'm trying to explain to the guy why the battery that they sold me is bad and whatnot. And come to find out, the reason that they sold me that particular battery is because the battery that I actually need, they can't get up in these stores. So they send me to another store, which claims they had it. So I go to the other store, and they don't have it. They don't know what I'm talking about. I tell them everything that I need to tell them. They look it up, and they're like, there are like 50 billion batteries that can fit this car. And I'm like, I know, right? So they give me a battery. And I was like, no, not this one. Because I remember from the time that I swapped out my battery that I was currently trying to fix, that the battery that they gave to me didn't fit because it's not that there wasn't enough room, but the holder for the battery was too narrow for the battery that they were giving me. So I'm like, nope, that one doesn't work. I'm just gonna turn around and come back in if you give me that one. And so that's all fine and dandy. We eventually, after like 45 minutes, get a battery. I'm not 100% sure whether or not it's going to do the same thing for 3 or 4 months because the battery that I just swapped out, I got at the beginning of March. And so I figure I have another 6 months to figure it out, and the battery has a 3-year battery, so I can swap it out. But I'm just like, really? We can't just get me the right battery for the car? And because most days I only drive about 3 miles. I drive to work and I drive home from work. It's about a 3 mile round trip. And I was like, all I need is a battery that will start my car reliably for the 3 miles that I have to do every day. And yeah. What's going on here? No. So that was my battery finding adventure. And then we got home and I just needed to like de-stress. So I worked on Captain Penis because that's why. Captain Penis is all I gotta say. Wonder how many. Let's see. I didn't set a mini goal today. I think I'm gonna set a numerical mini goal of 300 stitches because I don't know, like, because I know where I want to fill in, but it's up and down, so I don't really have like big solid goals. Oh, skip one. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting over to like this column here, so that's like 2 columns over, but it's a good portion of space, so we'll see. 300 stitches or four columns. Legit, I think I'll hit the 300 stitches first. Maybe. Also, with it being a little bit warmer of a day today, I'm outlet charging my cameras for the front of my house. I have solar power, but unfortunately, when it gets cold, it doesn't. The batteries don't charge. So I have my window cracked, and I have the outlet going out and charging the charging the cameras. Ooh. I slept pretty well last night. I have lots of big stretching. My goal for this week is to have 823 done on the page, which I think is attainable. Um, but that for today and tomorrow, 823 getting it done is the goal. Oh, mail truck's here. I think husband creature's other half of his Christmas present's gonna be here. Well, it can't. Like I got 4 or 5 things for husband creature that were all in different levels of shipping because my paychecks are weird. I think one aspect is showing up today. Mm-hmm. Mm. Time to change pieces of string. Yeah, so in cleaning and organizing, I have definitely found a whole lot of neat things that were completely not in the place where they were supposed to be. Uh, I've also gotten to the point where I will have sitting area. Let's see. Let me see if I can turn. I think that's nope, that's the table. Eh. So, come on. I'm gonna move my face camera, so watch out if you get vertigo or anything like that. So, I organized. Let's see, is that the right way? I organized my yarn, and so those 3 totes are just like some of my yarn. There's that for yarn, and then in all fairness, there's only like there's a container. If you see the, let's see, eh, eh. There's another 3 drawer container where 2 drawers have yarn in it. But I got I got most of my yarn in totes and organized. I have a couple of messes on the table behind me. But I am super pleased with my accomplishments in cleaning and organizing my craft space. Because once I get the stuffed animals up in their corner, I can have my little chair to just kind of sit and recline. Um, I have a couple of showstopper pieces that I'm I am if my brain would work, I am planning with my show with my big I call them showstoppers. They're more intricate and um complicated designs that have a higher price tag. Um and sorry, I was just looking at my pattern. Um and I have one, but it's not as portable as I would like it to be. And it will as long as I can get it into my car, it's gonna be a piece that goes into my car. But um I have a couple of crochet showstoppers that I want to do. One being a sea dragon. Um and I have a great fondness for Megan Lapp and Crafty Intentions. Her patterns are gorgeous and they are very affordable if you go on Ravelry. I mean, I got I don't even know where I put them. Um I have their ear cuffs. I got a series of 6 different ear cuffs for like $5 for her patterns. And they're beautiful. She has picture descriptions. She has video links to videos. She has a great community, and she's like, yeah, you can sell my stuff as long as you said that you make it and you give me credit. Um, and when I put them out at craft fairs, I have a little table where it's like, yeah, oh, yeah, and when they, oh, these are great, I'm like, oh yeah, if you do the craft, this is who, like, I much like anybody else that I'm supporting or I'm using their stuff, I pump them up as long as I know. Like my little when I'm offline, the art is from oh uh Besties and Beasties. Is the artist who did that. I am trying to get my own little dragon avatar for myself, but until then, uh Beasties is who is currently being utilized. Um I try to give credit where credit is due. Um when I'm using my own stuff, I absolutely like, hey, I did this. Sorry if it sucks. Um, but I utilize patterns in my creations. Sometimes I Frankenstein things because my talent doesn't necessarily come in creating from scratch. I excel in putting things together that people wouldn't necessarily see go together. Woo woo! We are closing the seal on the edge of this page.
My mind is like a hive. The thoughts intrusive are just bees buzzing to stay alive, distracted and elusive. They collide within my mind, and I struggle to think with my thoughts in a bind, and I push to the brink of insanity. Lost in thought, I wander down a path to my inner world. The complexity leads me to ponder, and the depths of my emotions swirl. Though the bees can get overwhelming, the inspiration they mold in their buzzing I find compelling, a reminder of the power I hold. So I embrace the bees within my brain, even when they drive me insane. For in their chaos, I find a refrain of the beauty and complexity of my inner dream. You will never understand that this is my norm, and I have chosen to embrace the swarm.
almost done this column. I have this little speck of stuff left. It's gonna be fun. Like, seriously, when I was looking at the other colors, that are not the three big that I was talking about, the 939, um, 820, and 823. They're literally like 3 stitches. Like, I I need to tackle a few of them after stream, after I get all my other after stream chores done. And before I go to work too. That's always the fun bit. I was trying to be a responsible human being today, and I will be the first to tell people I have ridiculous amounts of student debt. Um, I'm not drowning in it or anything like that, because I have, amazingly enough, been very responsible in um, applying for the income driven um, programs, and for the past few years, I have been trying. I've been trying real hard to get into the public service grant, um, because I have been working. I've been working for nonprofits, which fall into that category of public service. I've been working for nonprofits since 2014, and they say 10 years of 10 years of it. So in May, I'll have hit 10 years of public service. But it's frustrating and hard. There are lots of hoops I gotta jump through. Okay, one column all done. Brings us up to 142 stitches there. Halfway to the 300. Going over to our next little crowd of 10. Or column of 10, I should say. Dinner tonight for us at the Creature household is going to be blackened chicken. Well, kind of fake blackened chicken. I have uh, I have a thing that calls for cook the chicken, put the rice in, cook the rice with the chicken, yum yum yum. So it's a one pot thing, and I definitely appreciate the lack of having to do dishes. Mm-hmm. I'm working on my Delica ornament. I got I got the first chunk done last night, and I'm almost done the second, because it's 5 pieces combined together. That so you do one piece and then you end all the string on that one piece, and then you start connected to the piece that you just finished and go all the way around in a star. And it requires bright light and a magnifying glass. So it doesn't travel. And it's very pretty. Like, it is gorgeous. I kind of don't want to give it away, but I'm gonna. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oops. Okay. Yeah, 820 and 823 are colors I share between Divine and Call Dance. And so today I was picking the color that I was going to do. And I was like, where are these 2 colors? And I had to go into Call Dance and find them. But in all of my cleaning, I've actually gotten things to where they're supposed to be. Okay, 3. Mm-hmm. Nope, that's not where I need to be. Skip one. Mm-hmm. And yes, these lines absolutely go out further here, but for the sake of my brain and organization, we are stopping at the 10 line where I've been just stopping. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow on stream, I'm gonna do the drawing for presents. I haven't quite figured out how because, well, every time I try, the the machine's a dick. Um, but baby dragons will be up for draw tomorrow. I actually need to sit down and take. Well, maybe that's what I'll do at my downtime at work is Work on baby dragon parts. Arms, legs, and bodies, and the whatnot. This one goes up. Little dogs are barking outside. Pixie's decided she's gonna take offense to the little dogs today. Four. It's all block color today, my crafty creatures. All the block color. Nothing exciting, but it does fills in some gaps. And to be fair, if I sat down and hyper focused, I could probably have a new page start by the start of the year. Or at least within the first week of the new year, which it's not a half bad idea to focus on. I'm nowhere near that with Captain Penis, as I just hit 1%. And the funny thing is all the pages are the same size. So this 2% with Divine Instinct here, two and a quarter is 6,000 stitches, which is I'm approximately that. I think I'm at like 5 with Call Dance. But with Call Dance, that same number of stitches is only 1% of the entire. And the rat bastard doesn't even make an appearance till like page 5. And then we just get the top of his hair. Cheeseburger. I hear the chickadees outside. It's nice out, so I might wander outside and try to get my bird feeders filled again before it freezes. Okay, so 3, skip another 3. I have a lot that I should be doing today, and and I'm really rather backed up because if so this is funny. I'm the kind of person that if like my significant other is home or whatnot, I won't do chores. I'll get some stuff done that just affects me, but I won't do chores like I won't do big cleaning chores that get into people's way because I'm trying to respect this other person. Um, or kids, family members, whatnot. But when I'm home alone, I dervish like nobody's business. Like I can have half an hour and I will get like 8 things that generally would have taken me 3 weeks to get done, and I can get them all done. And so husband creature is at work today, so I'm probably gonna dervish my ass off and have like everything that I've been meaning to get done almost done. Okay, so 3. This is weird. Mhm. Well, this one goes. I'm almost done another column. Woo woo! But then we start getting onto the bigger up downs. These past 3 have been very small. Very demure. Dun dun dun! Hello, Spoopy! That's- I don't know if you were paying attention, Spoopy. I couldn't find um I couldn't find some things, so everybody's getting 10 entries for presents that will be drawn tomorrow. I'll probably stop 15 minutes early. I know you've been here quite a bit. I just in cleaning, I had it. I had it the day after I rearranged everything, and then it disappeared. So I saved all of the people who redeemed presents. But the people who just showed up, um, will get. Yeah, I know. People who just showed up will get 10 entries, and it's been roughly the same people who've put in entries. So. And watch, I will get all of this work done, and I will find that piece of paper because that is my luck. Mhm. Spoopy, I don't know if you're in Discord or not, but we do have a Discord server. You've hanged out. You've hung around us enough. Um, if you hit just I think it still works. Exclamation point Discord. It will bring up the server, and feel free to join if you want. If not, cool. But I thought I'd offer an invite. And if you're already there, cool, because I forget. Woo woo! Hey, look. Oh, and you got the polar bear. I'll fuss with your sentence when I'm done. Once I'm done. Not that it really does too much. It just allows me to remember. Allows me to remember things. Why is that? Oh my goodness. My frame is running wild and free. Oh, so yeah, yesterday, husband creature and I were going through our gift cards that we got, and it was just kind of funny because we got his parents. We need a new oven, um, and life has just sucked and been super busy. So we haven't had the opportunity to go out and get one, um, and so we They're like, well, what do you want for your big gift? And I was crazy. So I'm a lot of people would look at me, roll their eyes, and go, well, you're so privileged. So in my 20s, I was 24. Um, I was tired of paying rent. And I did the math, and this was during, mind you, this is during the predatory lending, housing bubble in where it was the buyer's market, where prices started to bottom out. It was 2006, and predatory lending was like running around rapid, and I bought a fixer upper because I like A, the price was right. B, I like fixer uppers. The location is fantastic. I didn't do much research about the neighborhood, so when you hear me bitching about my neighbors, that's on me. 100% on me. I was 24 when I bought the fucking house. But now that I'm 42, so I survived predatory lending, and managed to keep my house, and and I've gone through. I have a good portion of my hide invested in this house. So always tell people, if you want to get me something, get me gift cards to Lowe's, Home Depot, get me tools, get me building supplies. I will use them. And so they got us a gift card to Home Depot, which we're going to put towards a new oven. Um, but it's they don't like doing stuff like that, and I'm like, my good dudes, like I have so much work that needs to be done on this house. Like I got the overall frame and structure itself stable ish. I need to get into the basement to shore up some of the joists. They're not crumbling or anything like that, but they could be sturdier. And I'm like, just Home Depot, Lowe's, tools. I put stuff on my Amazon wish list that may look weird. If I were to send anybody a link, they would see house jacks. Legitimately things I need for my house. Um, and so I'm gonna get a new oven soon. Okay, so one of my winter goals is I have I need to they need to order it off Amazon because that's the easiest way to get it to me. Um, is a couple of house jacks that I can lift a section of my house that I need to lift, and then get a metal pole to replace the piece of brick, the brick structure. That's what I'm slowly doing. Is I'm going into my basement, and where all the brick structures are, um, I am replacing them with steel beams. Um, and I'm starting off because when I bought my house, um, it was noted in the seller's notes that it was leveled in 1986, and it was done improperly. And I saw this. It was stable, but the house is a little crooked. No big deal. It's a lot less crooked than a lot of other houses in this area. Like where I'm sitting right now, I can't. When I get to the other end of this project, it's gonna be fun, because I roll downhill. So I'm hoping to get the section that I need to work on done before I get over to that end, because the portion of the house that I'm sitting in where I want to work would actually get fixed. So it's kind of funny in that area. Um, but that's one of the things I fixed. I got the roof repaired. That was that cost less than my yearly medical insurance deductible. My roof for my house costs less than my deductible for my insurance that refreshes every year. That doesn't the insurance that doesn't cover any of my DME. Um, and so it just it flabbergasts me because the director, like my direct boss is like, get a new job. Like my director has told me that I need to get a new job because they're not going to get the insurance that I need in order to survive. Um, and I'm surviving right now. I'm fine. I have my insulin. I feel like I'm a pin cushion most of the time, but I'm fine and I'm living. I'm not thriving, and my A1C is going to be shit in 2 weeks, but I am continually existing. But when I speak about getting a new job, it's not out of hatred of my current job. It is because my current job will not allow me to exist comfortably because they suck in insurance. Okay, let's see. I just got that. Oh wow, I just okay. Oh neat. Um, oh, I missed one. I need to get down. But what's going on? Okay. But yeah, I'm working very slowly on the structural security of my house, which I can, in all honesty, say is good now. Was not necessarily true when I first bought the house, but yeah. So we were going through and husband creature was like, yeah, the Lowe's gift card is all you. We just need the Home Depot one. So I have like $50 to Lowe's, which probably gonna go to getting a few other structural things. Maybe a power tool or two. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Oh, we're flip flopping all over the place now. Okay. Eh. Mm-hmm. Oh. All right, 214 stitch count. So good chance with this column will hit the 300. Okay. Always fun and exciting finding the top of the column you want to work in. So we're starting here, which is the top of the column I want to work in. Really? Really? Okay. So I need to find a new wing nut. The reason I keep slipping is my wing nut seems to be stripped. So okay. Are you lucky now? So with the setup that I have in the crafty room now, um, I can actually have some cool lighting setups. I haven't quite gotten there yet, but I have. I think next time I'm able to make a rave, um, it's gonna be fun because I have some cool setups that I'm working on. Like because of when I do the craft shows, I have little black lights here, little USB powered black lights. I have two of those. I have my I have my starburst, which I'm gonna put on the wall behind me. Um, I love my starburst, and in all the cleaning and organizing that I've done, I've freed up some totes so I can put stuff in the totes. And Spoopy, also in Discord, please share your arts and crafts, share your pictures, show me what makes you smile. Like I'm sure if you've looked, there's lots of categories. Share your joy, indulge in your joy. Like I encourage it because everybody gets self conscious about sharing what makes them smile. My good friends, I am 42. I have 30 years of My Little Ponies just off camera. And I continue to insist upon gift giving of My Little Ponies. Doesn't matter if I have it or not. I will take and keep the. If there are gifts, I'll keep them both if I have a repeat. But if I have purchased one and it is kind of a crappy version because they're from the 1980s, I don't expect mint condition, mind you. But if it's a crappy version, I will upgrade. And I've been working on making some of my custom ponies because now I have experience and the materials, so it's all kinds of fun. But share your joy. Like I I I, I don't want people feeling weird about it. And I promise, even though a lot of people haven't met me in person, I am this person in person. You I did say you can ask anybody that's met me in person, but I am I am truly elusive. You can call my employer, they'll tell you. Okay. I'm a little aloof. I'm standoffish at times, but I truly want people to find their joy and to enjoy their joy. 3. Mm-hmm. Is it just 5? It is just. Yes. Well, like in all in my reviews, like my job reviews and whatnot, um, it's I'm one of the things that comes up a lot is you have to be careful about how you say things, um, because I don't beat around the bush. Like, if I'm going to tell you where a bear shits in the woods, and I have no problems doing it, I'm not going to. I will try to be kind, and I will try to make it as polite as humanly possible. But sometimes you just gotta say the bear shat in the woods. And I get a lot of that as feedback. Is you have to be more mindful of what you're saying. It's like, well, why would I not say what happened? So it's funny. That's one. Mm, mm, mm. I keep looking back to make sure that I'm not missing missing stuff. And apparently, this column is very focused on this side. So apparently, we're boring the dragon. I've been telling you you need to do that for a while now. Let's be fair. Um, and Jules, I know your circumstances are way different, but I want you to know that you can still love your mother till the end of the earth. I love my mother till the end of the earth. I just don't want to put up with her bullshit. Um, and it's okay if you hate your mother till the end of the earth too. And and unfortunately, you still have to put up with her bullshit. There are so many circumstances. Like when I tell people I don't talk to my mom, um, there are reasons for it, and it's not that I don't love my mother. I love her to the end of the earth. Her shenanigans are not worth my spoons. Oh no. How that woman, I think she has an excavator and she's blasting through the bedrock at this point. Like she found some nitroglycerin and she is just blasting through bedrock. My mom was at least my mom was at least intelligent enough to respect my respect. Okay, this sounds convoluted and it absolutely is. My mother is respecting that I am respecting that she told me she never wanted to talk to me again. Now, when she talks to me, that's fine. I'm not impeding on her boundaries. But if I will not be talking to her until we have an adult conversation, um, which she doesn't want to have. So, like, I support I support your migraine, Jules. I lost a piece of string. Not that it's really vital because I have like 50 billion skeins of this piece of string. I would just prefer to have it, around. I'll find it as soon as I unwrap this and cut it and start using it. I'll find the piece that I'm missing. because them's the rules. Anyone who works with string, them's the rules. Oh, goodness. Dogs have to potty. Today, Cesar jumped on my ankle while I was still asleep. It woke me up, and I wasn't ready for him to jump. Now, Cesar is 105 pounds. He is not a he's not a ballerina dog either. He jumped on my ankle this morning, and that was a wake up call. He tried to make up for it by cuddling me, and so um we have the two shepherds. We recently lost Kira, and so like there was a weird dynamic. So Pixie has decided that I am her human. Cesar has decided that husband creature is his human. Kira had decided that she hates us all, and we all need to serve her as servants. And tiny little overlord is now always 5 feet away from me when I'm streaming because she's with everybody else on the table of love. And so I was telling husband creature, I'm like, so when Cesar comes to greet you, it's like, Daddy, you're home. And then he looks over at me and goes, spare. And so that's the running gag. Whenever he looks over at me, it's like, spare. And Pixie kind of is like, I accept you as the other human, and I will listen to you because I am a okay girl. Because Pixie is the okayest girl. Oh. One moment. Nope, that's not what I wanted. One too many stitches. I got caught up. There's all kinds of dog hair on. When I get these done, so they go through the gentle wash in my washing machine, the hand wash cycle. And then I bring them to a dry cleaner, and then after they get to the dry cleaner, they stay in the plastic bag that they get put in until they go to get framed, because that is the only way to keep the dog hair off. I'm gonna skip 1 and 2. Okay, I'm gonna it's 11:30. I might still make it. We did yesterday was bedding weekend, or last weekend was bedding weekend, so it was nice. I do think ultimately, until it's all done, after stream, I'll be doing a couple of small doodle chores, and then working on the ornament that I'm working on, and pondering, because once you get into the stride of the pattern, it's not hard to work on. But Delica bead items take a lot of time, and Delica beads are very expensive. So if I were to think about selling them, they would be some high-end items, like the star ornament that I'm working on. I would easily put up for sale for $40 because of the time and energy it takes to make one. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful in person. And once I get it done, I'll take pictures, but they're beautiful. But they take a lot of time and energy, and I'm not sure people want to meet the price point of the that's the thing with seed bead things, is they look like they're simple, but they're not. Oh, yeah. Laundry is rough. Laundry is my least favorite chore. Like sometimes it's a tie. Dishes and laundry are my least favorite. And I think I'm one of two today. I think it's just yeah. I think I'm on 3 carts today, so I won't necessarily have a whole lot of time to frou-frou around. Skip 1, 2. I'd be very pleased if I got this column done. Oop. Oh, well. I'm just gonna do it the good old-fashioned way. The way I don't like to, but I will. Doopy doopy doo. Yesterday, I finally got Kira's kennel out of the main living area, and we put it upstairs with the other. I'm equipped to have 4 dogs. I have all the kennels, all the accoutrements to have 4 dogs. And we're down to 2, and so we have storage in the attic. So Kira's kennel went up to the attic yesterday, and I vacuumed and I cleaned, and so I just thinking about all the dust in my shop vac because again, I don't have I do in fact have a normal vacuum cleaner, but I can't use it because like just 3 minutes in it's done. So I have the shop vac to clean up everything, and I was thinking about I have to get it up here into the craft room in my hallway to get all the fur and whatnot cleaned up because it's amazing. Like I have a nice house when it's not covered in fur. Okay, I hit a 10 line, so I'm gonna hit the button. 271. I don't think I'll necessarily hit 300, but I'll come really close. Mhm. Well, tiny humans tend to do that. I I haven't been able to like because again, I have a routine, and I get super self-conscious about it when there are other people present. So I for the past couple months haven't really been in my routine, and I'm hoping that it gets back to being able to be in my routine because my house was kind of clean. It wasn't as furry. Um like there was a lot of things that have just fallen out of routine that I would like to get back into routine. The stream being number one. Like I really missed popping on and 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 stitching. So I'm glad that. Woo! Nice. Yes, I feel that. I feel that deep in my soul. The this one has 50,939 stitches. This one. Is it 50,000? Let's see. I mean, it's down. It's down. Let's see. So I've done a page. Okay, so I've done a page's worth of work. I've done a page of 939 right here, and I still have 113,000 stitches of 939 left to do. I feel you. I feel you in my soul. Mhm. When I can when I can sit and just this is like when all I'm doing is cross stitch, I can like I don't have any chores, I don't have to cook. If I just have a day to me and have no appointments or anything like that, I can do about 1,500 stitches. Um, I kind of like that I can do about 300 in 2 hours. But I also do a lot of talking in that. And what I'm talking about when I say just focusing on the stitching, I'm not streaming. I'm quite literally sitting in front of the project. Just that's all I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna end this piece with that right there, so I know where I'm at. Ooh, I am actually wow. Like I'm pretty close to the bottom of the page. No shit, Sherlock. I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. So I'm looking at. I'm gonna get some L brackets because I have some. I have a bookcase over here that I'm looking at. And you know, well, I'm torn. I think I don't know if I want to attach stuff to the wall and like make floating shelves, or if I want to just get like a wire rack because I'm trying to get rid of my particle board bookcases because they're shit. And currently, I'm not using I'm not using this bookcase as a bookcase. I'm using it as my tiaras. They hold my tiaras and a lot of my dragon sculptures. Um, and I moved it improperly, and I currently have a filing cabinet that is giving it its full support. So I'm wondering if I want to just buy L brackets and display the dragons and the tiaras up against the wall, much like Hogwarts behind me. Oh, and you guys can't see Hogwarts. Much like Hogwarts, um, or if I want to get a wire rack and just place them on the wire rack. Oh, yeah, I am the same way, Spoopy. Um, what when I'm when I most of the time I can do 800 is my average if I'm being social. Eh. Um, I'm talking about the times where I'm downstairs, my computer's upstairs because I have two setups. I have the setup that you guys are seeing here, and then I have downstairs where it's where I do the gaming, my gaming time and my family time and whatnot. And during the week, since husband creature works and I work, and I just keep the tower up here, and it's the same tower. It's just different locations. Um, but I tend to if I'm cranking out 1,000, there's no technology nearby for me to be distracted by. Um, be distracted by. Yeah, we'll stop with be distracted by. Huh. I've been and I don't like I never measure my I don't I don't generally care. I'm gonna be completely honest. I kind of when I'm streaming, I make it a fun game. I like streaming and cross stitching, so I thought, hey, let's do both. Um, I love that I have people interacting with me. I could get 5 stitches done and I'd be happy. I I really truly just love cross stitching. Um, so never let anyone be like, "Hey, you only do X, Y, Z." Me, me, me. No, no. You shut that shit down. You go. It makes me happy. Fuck off. I didn't say silence. There's always something going around. Like I'll have a radio or Pandora or something going. I also always have technology with me, but it my computer requires less effort to like type and chat and be social than say my cell phone, but where I have to be more attentive. And I always feel awkward when I'm on camera being silent. So, but yeah, there are times where where I'll move one of these puppies downstairs, and I will um be on the couch with husband creature because I make a lot of my own items for necessity because heaven and earth designs are huge. The frame that I currently have this one on is 3 feet. And I had the bars. I had the bars made custom. And then the desk that holds it is also another something that I made. And downstairs, honestly, I have two 1x4s screwed together in a T shape that I put screw holes in. So I have that's how I made my floor stand for downstairs. It's two 1x4s with screw holes and a foot. It's not fancy, but it will hold any size cross stitch. You don't need to worry about, oh, it won't hold this size. No, yes, it will. It will hold any size. It will hold my itty bitty one that I have. I feel it. I feel it. I respect it. I have days where I need that spoopy, and then I have days where like I just need nothing. And I don't ever get to dictate which day is which, so I never know. I don't get to make the rules in my own brain. I just kind of ride along and hope. Oh, so yesterday I saw a great Facebook reel. It was yeah, it was the same person doing the talking to one another kind of thing, and it was like, so you have high you've masked your autism for many years now, and it pans over to the other person, close up of their face, and they're going, yep, and and the other person goes, well, how'd that work out for you? And it zooms out and it shows their obsession. And this particular one was like sharks, and it showed them in a room that had the aquarium background with them surrounded by sharks, and they were holding a shark stuffy. And that person goes, pretty good. And it reminded me of my Little Pony collection. um I kid you not, my friends, my Little Pony collection is huge. And I love it. I would never give it up ever. But it's like there were signs. There were signs. Friends and family, there were signs. Just because you chose to ignore them doesn't mean that they weren't there. And eh. Oh, I love rocks. So I have the ADHD and the autism, so I get super excited, and I've managed to keep it mostly under control. There would be people who would argue that, but then you talk to someone who is like just a pure ADHD hoarding fiend, and no offense, I completely understand, but I have dragons, I have fiber arts, like I keep my stuff contained, and I do actually get rid of stuff. But My Little Ponies and my rocks, you can fuck all the way fuckity fuck off. I will not get rid of My Little Ponies or my rocks. I have string and patterns too, but I mean, like, with my patterns and my string, if you were to be like, hey, Ra, I need this much of this color, I'd be like, hey, I have this much of this color. Let me send you some. Save for right now 939 and 820. Those colors I keep to me because I need them. But I'm if I have like my craft supplies, if I have something you need and I'm not using it, or I don't see myself using it anytime soon, it's yours. Because I know it's going to bring you joy faster than it's going to bring me joy. Yeah. I'm going to finish up this line, and then I'm going to give some statistics because it's time. Oh yeah. Oh, I have to just take pictures. Sometimes what I do when I want something that because it's like smarmy or funny or whatnot, I just take a picture of it, and it's kind of like my own personal meme collection. Okay, I'm gonna highlight this line, hit the button, and give some deets. Button has been hit. Okay, so today we did, funny enough, Spoop, you're gonna love this. I did 310 stitches. I hit my 310. I hit my 300 stitch count. That's just hilarious to me because we've been talking about black. So, hit 310 for stitch count. We went from 2.11 to 2.22, which is, we have repeating numbers today. So, oh. I have a mana water bottle, the sparkling spring water. Um, so I get it. So that's where we're at. That is the end of my day today. Thank you for the gift of your time. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. I will be back here at 10 tomorrow, 10 Eastern Standard Time, adjust accordingly to whatever time zone you're in. Drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself without harming others, and be kind to others without harming yourself. And I will see y'all on the flip side. Stay out of trouble for the most part. Ish.